Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to 3Y TV. And tonight, the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series heads to Five Flags Speedway for the 17Media 200 here at, again, Five Flags Speedway. And no Peeler, no Bayou tonight, just me and Carlos here enjoying the short track action. Well, I shouldn't say Peeler's not here. He is on track tonight, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But tonight, two 100 lap halves. Top five will invert. And Carlos, do you have the points?
I sure do, Goody.
Coming into tonight. Yeah! Let's see them. And Cameron Rich still holding on to the points lead, but has lost a little bit of ground. Only 18 to Braxton DeWeese. Damian Leinemann still has a puncher's chance as well, as things got a little bit tighter after last week at Daytona. And I would think that this track here tonight, these high horsepower machines at this Five Flags, this is a snowball derby track, right? I couldn't think of that earlier. Yeah. Thank you. And a little half-mile track here in Florida, right? Pensacola, Florida?
Yes, sir.
Am I saying this right? Yeah, it's, I'm just longing for... Yeah, look at me using brain. Good for me.
Okay, Goody, but where is Pensacola in Florida?
It's somewhere down south of where I'm at right now.
On the peninsula.
Is it? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. But, yeah.
What's a peninsula, Goody?
Peninsula, it's land that's surrounded by, is it two bodies of water? Right?
No, you're close.
Close. I can't remember how it's defined, but I can draw it for you.
It's a protrusion or a part of a land of body part of land that is surrounded by water on three sides.
Three sides. That's what it is. I was close. I was so close, guys. And next week we learn math. Maybe.
According from Oxford Languages, a piece of land almost surrounded by water or projecting out into a body of water.
Yes, that makes sense. See, you know, I'm sure everyone could picture a peninsula but couldn't describe it. Change my mind. Argue with me. But anyway, tonight here at Five Flags Speedway, you see the cars out on track. New update here for iRacing coming out this week, where the track does get heat, gets rubber into the track. Could be an interesting one as far as grip. As you see, a little slick there going around the worn-in part. A track building in rubber here, and should be a fun one indeed. Oh boy. Might have some too much beans called tonight. Even look at Capuano coming out of the corner, just getting that rear end sideways. But do we have the other point standing?
We
available to us. We do. It doesn't matter for me or Vic, but there you see Matthew holding. Is he within? Does he have a realistic shot at beating you?
Matthew, he's still mathematically in.
Yeah. You know, I'm going for second place, man. I was the inaugural broadcasters champion, and I'm going for it tonight. But as practice is over, Cooper Johnson led the speed charts as we'll let qualifying underway here get underway. Blah, blah, as lone car qualifying here tonight. And since we had those picks up and the qualifying just about started, should we make our picks yet, or should we wait for Peeler to make his lap?
No. Let's make our pick.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
I know who I thought about this long and hard.
Oh boy.
Like this week, I didn't come in going, I know who I'm gonna pick. This week, though, I'm gonna pick somebody that, like, I don't really think's gonna do terrible, but like, I think he's gonna do worse of the people that I have the choices of. So I don't think he's gonna be bad. I think he's gonna be like mid-pack. All right. I'm gonna say that, and I think it's gonna be Robert Hill Jr. I genuinely believe.
Wow.
They get old Bobby Hill.
Oh, Rockin' Robert.
Driving my car today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely, I don't know what it is. I got a feeling he's just going to run mid-pack, and he's the worst of the options that I have.
And you know what? For him, Pensacola, Florida is a lot more south than, say me,
Oh, yeah,
But,
Breeze, one of us, Goody.
yeah. And so that's gonna be me next. And man, I didn't know who I was gonna pick, but then I saw, we're at a short track here. He's got a short track car. I'm going with that 6 car. Me fine. Zach Evans.
I wanted to pick him, but I had already picked him earlier in the season.
I will pull Peeler up, and he can make his pick.
I hope he's in the middle of his lap too.
I hope so too.
He
Every
is.
part of me. All right, Peeler. It's your turn to make a pick. Who you got?
Are you on the pole, Peeler?
Hell no. Give me DJ Weeks.
All right. That was a lot quicker than I thought it was. I'm gonna be back down.
Yeah.
Were you weekend Woodsman, right? Or were you?
Yeah, I was hanging out with
And
Get him. So he no. Man, I don't know who I want to pick for Matt. So Matt's picks are a lot of the good ones are taken. So I'm gonna go with somebody that I'm shocked that we haven't picked for him yet. And that's going to be the 43 of James Watson. I don't know if he's going to have a good night or not, but there you go. Carlos, who you got?
Old school Petty Blue, I like that.
Yeah, it's I'm struggling between these two drivers, and I can afford another mistake, so I'm not going to stress too much about it. But I have a feeling, based on the fact that I saw the other guy spinning out every other lap in qualifying, in practice, I'm gonna put my first half money on Dylan Thomas to bring me a nice strong finish.
Man, I thought that was going somewhere else
Yeah. So the
Who did you
picks
think?
are in, and
I'm going to be honest with you. I actually thought you were going to pick Neil Rutt.
He for a brief second was an option.
No, look, there you go.
and he's gotten into the the Christmas spirit with the old Clark Griswold. I can't remember what was the name of their station wagon. I cannot remember. You guys are probably too young for that. Christmas Vacation.
I literally just watched the movie. And I can't remember.
Griswold station wagon is what he tweeted out.
Yeah, he's ready for the old-fashioned family Christmas for Neil Rutt. Maybe get back into victory lane tonight. We'll see. He's currently 7th on the leaderboard here for qualifying, as we are wrapping up. About 50 seconds left, and Cameron Rich on the pole, and look who's right behind him. None other than Braxton DeWeese. Of course, these two guys. And look at the separation of times there, Carlos. There is none. They were
Very close
virtually
indeed.
identical. Yeah, they were, 200ths of a second difference between Braxton DeWeese and Cameron Rich. And then James Watson right now in 3rd. But, yeah. Are we done with qualifying? No, we still got 15.
In like 10 seconds, but nobody's on track.
Ooh. Nobody is on track. Doer's thinking about it.
No, he's
I think
not.
he's got to start in the back anyway.
He's eating an ice cream cone right now.
Yeah, he's eating ice cream.
Yeah, second to last qualifying time posted. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. He did take a lap.
Interesting. Darren Staff didn't even post a qualifying attempt. Or he maybe spun out both times. That being said,
yeah, we are ready, and there is the grid for tonight's 17Media 200 here at Five Flags. And again, Cameron Rich on the pole, Braxton DeWeese on his outside. Looking further down into the field, Ryan Gable back in the lineup in that number 1 car for Shift Esports. And Zach Me-Fine Evans in that number 6 Me-Fine Ford. And then David Westergreen starting 10th, picking the Pittsburgh Steelers. Last I looked, they were losing actually 7-3 over the New England Patriots. Last week's half 2 winner, Dallas Myhand, will be starting in 11th. And then Damian Leininger coming in 3rd in the points. He could, if he has a good night tonight, could definitely get back into the mix of things. He'll be back in 14th. Joe Francis, another chase-off driver, in 15th. Seen Robert Hill Jr. as well, making a run start here tonight in 17th. And looking through the rest of the field, there you do see Adam Peeler starting in the 24th position, and Darren Staff starting all the way back in 22nd, of course, finishing second last week in half number 2. Let's see if he can turn that luck around. And OSCA dad Tim Conrad in 25th.
Let's see who's got webcams on today. First and foremost, Ray Bracey, no. Tim Conrad, there he is. Oscar Daddy. Shane DiMantova, no sirree. Zach Evans is here. He's got the white gloves, and he's probably got a hockey game out in the background. All right. Gilberto, no. Kynan Jones, fresh meat for the broadcasting camera team. Look at it with the fish tank in the background. I unfortunately suffered a loss of my favorite fish over the weekend, so I'm still reeling over that. Robert Hill Jr., camera still not fully set up, but we gotta look at his face there. There we go. Just pitch it down a little, Rob. You got this. All right, Nick and Delicado, no. Ty McIntosh, no. Dallas Myhan, there he is. Last week's half number 2 winner. Adam Peeler, look at that smile. He looks like... no, I'm not gonna say. Seth Rawls, no. He looks like he's getting ready to kill somebody. He's got that.
He looks like a serial killer.
He's hearing me. He can hear us. Who else? Cam Rich set it up once, never again. There goes Darren Sapp laughing at the joke. He can hear us and everything. All right. Jake, no Jake. And Jordan, no Jordan. That's going to be it for the webcams tonight. See if we can hopefully pull some of those up during the race if I remember.
All right, hopefully we get some in-car shots later on in the race. And just looking at Robert Hill as well, the way his camera's set up, it looks like he's turning his nose up at all of this. Like, I'm from Canada.
We're going green this time.
All right, copy that.
Going green. Yes, Robert Hill, let's go green. Ooh, we have a car disappearing there. I think that's the 73 of Kynan Jones, all the way there in Australia, so maybe having some connectivity issues. But we're ready to go green. 100 laps here for the 17Media half number 1. Cameron Rich on the pole. Braxton DeWeese on the outside. Gets a good start. See if he can get that thing hooked up on the top side. Get a run. He might clear him. Cameron Rich is going to dive deep. Oh, gets a little sideways. Both going up the track.
Around.
Is out.
Big pileup.
Oh, Zach Evans. Oh, that's a big parking lot there. Bumpers flying. Ooh, Robert Hill going backwards. Him and Zach Evans almost stuck together. And, well, sorry, Zach, I might have jinxed you. Robert. Well, doing things the Canadian way, doing it backwards. There he goes, whipping around cold trickle style.
I mean, you go well for that one now.
See what happened there. I like Robert's comments there.
Oh, contact between the 15.
Contact. And you can see, it almost looked like, I'd have to kind of take a look, and there's nowhere for a lot of these other guys to go. But it almost looked like Dallas was sideways before he made contact, realizing that maybe Zach was blowing up a little bit more than he anticipated. Oh, yeah, Dallas went backwards, too. It must be a 3-wide TV thing.
No, it just looks like he misjudged how slow the 6 was going to go.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, you know, driving in the back on the first couple of laps, it's something you have to watch out for. You have to watch out because not everybody's going to be able to drive it in as deep as you normally would.
Yeah, and I would be surprised if any of these guys actually did a race with these car and track combinations tonight. Maybe something similar. And you know, one nice thing with, I think, you know, even, I don't know what the updated damage model is for these cars that just came out, but either way, we're at a short track. Even Zach Evans getting a little bit of that front end missing. He's short track ready now. He's ready to go. We see Carpenter, Capiano, Damien scraping the wall a little bit there as well.
Also, I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if it's because of the update or whatever, but all these cars, they are bottoming out every single lap. You're seeing sparks. It's like a Formula One race right now.
Yeah,
the Grinch. The Grinch car.
Whose car? Who's
Going back green, guys.
Car?
Oh,
wow. Oh, green flag is back out, and yeah, we're back green. I gotta find out who that Grinch car is, but Cameron Rich, man, got a good jump there over Braxton DeWeese. He's fallen all the way back into third. James Watson now moving into the second position, but with that, a lot of cars now being stuck a lap down. Maybe some guys even 2 laps down after trying to get some of that damage fixed here, especially a short track, kind of hard to get all that fixed and under it without going a lap down. Now Braxton DeWeese moving forward, trying to get that second spot back over for James Watson. He will do so. But here's fast man in practice, Cooper Johnson in that 91 car, looking on the inside of Dylan Thomas for 4th place right now. He's looks like he's pretty comfortable racing here at Five Flags in this old Gen 6 car. Man, I gotta wonder too if the outside line's gonna kind of work out with that new model. The kind of tires, tire rubber are gonna be laying down on the track if enough guys go up top, working a second lane here. Ooh, Neil Rutt getting into the wall, still trying to hang on to that 7th position on the outside from where he started, but back up front, Cameron Rich. About a 1/3 of a second lead over Braxton DeWeese. Just a couple car lengths here separate the two. This is the race where Braxton's really got to try to calculate, try to keep up with that 29 car this week. He doesn't want to be the bridesmaid again here tonight too, Cameron Rich, because he's there. He's within punching distance. If he can pick up a couple wins or a couple better finishes than Cameron Rich by the end of the night, certainly put himself in a good position to win this championship. Got the 3-wide TV multi-cam. Got the Griswold station wagon up top. Damian Leininger trying to get himself back in the championship fight, moves up into the 7th position. And after that wreck, a couple big gainers. Damian Leininger is one of them, up 7 spots from 14th to 7th. Thomas Capuano, he's up from 16th up to 10th. Dustin Dewar started back in 20th. He's up to 14th right now. Miles Moore is filling in for old Bojo. I couldn't remember the nickname there. He is up from 19th to 15th. Cameron Rich, I think, is getting a little bit of heat put on him from Braxton. He's closing in that gap just a little bit. A little bit, maybe about 10, less than that. Certainly Braxton keeping with him within arm's reach, not only of the championship, but this race as well. Man, it's a tight battle from 3rd on back. Watson, Thomas, Johnson, and Ryan Gable. Caution is back out, our 2nd caution of the night.
Peeler!
Oh no, Peeler! I wonder if he's still smiling like a maniac right now. I'm sure he is. He's racing. He's got to be having a good time.
Oh my God, he is.
Oh my God. Have you seen this man? Do you know where he's at right now? What brought out our 2nd caution here of half number 1.
Oh, too much beans exiting the corner.
Beans! Ah! Oh, right in front of the racetrack. Everyone does a good job of avoiding them. And I think, as far as
Cameron Rich pit road.
Cameron Rich, kind of Jones, the loneliest guys as far as our leaders are concerned, coming down pit road. Here, fuel was not going to be a big issue, I believe, tonight.
So this is
I
odd.
don't know if
there was a race. Yeah, there was a race earlier, and Cameron Ridge. No, they all took tires. Cameron Ridge took tires. Everybody else was, got damage repair as well. So it's Cameron Ridge was the only one that actually went down pit road for tires. So what I don't understand is why he did that, because there were in an earlier short track that he won at, he never went down pit road because in iRacing and short tracks, if you stay up in the front in the lead, you're pretty much going to guarantee yourself a win unless somebody does something to get past you. So his method of dropping out of the lead to get tires is a bit odd, especially that we're already 20% of the way there.
Yeah, it is kind of making me a little curious here why he did come down pit road, unless he thinks everyone is gonna have to come down pit road, and then maybe he's in a fuel window. I've heard fuel was not a big issue. Oh, that was the Grinch was DJ Weeks. I just seen that now. Cool. But yeah, and if everyone else comes down pit road, he'll cycle back up top, and obviously we've seen him stretch it without pitting before, so now at least he has somewhat fresher tires. Had to go only 80 laps instead of 100. But as I think we mentioned last time, a leader kind of gave up the track position at a short track. Now he's putting himself back into the calamity corner, calamity area of the field, where the wrecks are going to be in front of you instead of behind you now. So it could change things quite a bit. But we're ready to go back. Green flag racing. That will mean Braxton DeWeese now is your leader. He gets a good jump over James Watson, who's going to try to sneak into that bottom line going into turn one. Looks like he will do so.
Remember, 5-car invert for tonight's race.
Yeah, top 5 will invert here. Right now it's a battle between Gable and Leinemann as they, Damian scrapes the wall a little bit. Going by the start-finish line.
Oh.
But I think we got a spinner. Oh, Gilberto! Oh, contact. I think we're still rolling, still green.
Yep, still green.
Everyone did a good job by giving him space and room. Not easy to do knowing the caution didn't come out. And letting him correcting the car there. So Mama, be proud. Your driver representative did some awesome driving there to keep the car going straight. These laps clicking down here as we're already 26 laps into the first 100 lap half. And if things ended now, I think Braxton DeWeese would be our points leader, close to it, as Braxton is our leader. Cameron Ridge back in 11th. He already kind of gained quite a few spots. And currently chewing him down. Right behind Joe Francis now, trying to get back into the top 10. As you see Westergreen and Joe battling for position right now. On the bottom portion of the 3-wide TV multicam. And Cameron Rich now in the top 10. Now he's going to look on the inside of Joe Francis, tucking in right behind Thomas Capuano, who's continuing his march forward up into the 8th position. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, had a cold here, so I'll be probably clearing my throat a little bit during tonight's broadcast. Bear with me. I'll try to mute it if it gets crazy.
But that beautiful throwback scheme on the 43.
Yeah, the old Petty Blue. You know, what better coming to a short track like Five Flags, bringing the old school Petty paint scheme. It's so simple, but so beautiful. And wasn't that the Petty Blue, the old, how'd they come up with the Petty Blue? And wasn't it just mixing white and blue paint because it's the only paint they had, or could have?
Yeah, like they didn't have enough blue to finish the car. So they mixed some white in. I think that's what it was. And it came out with this color, and very legendary color for them.
Yeah. It's very recognizable to most race fans when you see that Petty Blue out on the racetrack. I want to think that Lee Petty's cars, like back when they were convertibles, I want to say it was white and blue. And I can't describe how it looked, but and then all of a sudden they must have mixed those two paint colors together, trying to paint the whole thing blue, and that's what came out. Basically stuck with ever since. So, and I believe next year the Pennies at least are celebrating their 75th anniversary in NASCAR. NASCAR just wrapped up their 75th anniversary this past season.
Yeah, 75th anniversary, the best way they know how. Going to Toyota and losing STP because Toyota uses Mobile One.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, but does Petty own any part of that team anymore?
He's a partial owner.
He still has his namesake?
I think
No, I'm
Thad
pretty sure
Moffitt.
Jimmy Johnson bought him out.
Yeah, I think
Pretty sure
Thad
Jimmy Johnson
Moffitt's
bought
That's
truck
what I thought.
efforts. I think that's going to be the main celebratory thing for them now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can see that. But who's celebrating right now? At least, maybe a little bit too soon, but we're only lap 37
Look at this.
of 100. Braxton Weed's pulling away. Ooh, 3 wide here at 5 flex. They're making it work right now. Darren Staff, Adam Peeler. Who's that up top? That's Miles Moores.
Oh, Miles.
Oh, gets into the wall a little bit.
Oh, gets into the 96.
No, hang on to it. Caution.
Caution. That is going to help Cameron Rich.
Well for a while. Yeah, up to 6th already. He was on a mission. And Braxton DeWeese was trying to pull away as much as possible, but and I think someone just asked him, is he on fresh tires? I think people even noticed only on 20 lap old tires.
Everybody's pit road.
You can definitely tell. Everyone on pit road, but
Except Cameron Rich.
Cameron Ritt. And Kynan Jones is the other car that's going to stay out, who did come down pit road as well. 2 cars stay out, everyone else coming down pit road. So another 20 lap run. Oh, go ahead.
So this is the part I don't necessarily like. It was a 20 lap run around there, a little bit more than that. That it showed everybody that tires were very important as Braxton DeWeese wins the race. The problem is that Cameron Rich did not get all the way back up to the front. So if he did go down pit road, it's a net loss for him. If he stays out, he's going to get the lead back. But we're seeing how important the tires are playing out. And he stayed out, so he's going to be on essentially the same position the other drivers were, but the other drivers are going to be starting right behind him. So this is a no-win situation for Cameron Rich. He learned the data. The tires are very important, but so did everybody else, and he put himself in a position where he's not going to be very vulnerable to this.
And unless he's got a little bit of iRacing hubris right now. Maybe he thinks he can, even with these 20 lap older tires than the cars behind him, he feels he can still hold on to at least first or second on with the with the older tires. I'm sorry, I'm listening to Capuano. I think there's a racing glitch right now with iRacing glitch, I should say. The mirrors being off.
Oh, that's weird.
Front ends. I know that. I think that happened with the update, like previous too, where like the front ends were missing or something like that. I think that happened once before, but usually they iron it out with a small update, probably by next week or so.
Oh yeah, I already have a feeling that these cars are way too quick to lose their panels, so they'll probably be updated.
Oh yeah. They're pretty quick, but Cameron Rich choosing the outside lane here to wrap up our third caution. Gives Kynan Jones the inside. That kind of puts Braxton DeWeese behind. And that was kind of the strategy here as the cat and mouse game between the 29 and 8 continue as they battle for this championship. Green flag back out on lap number 44. Great start. Cameron Rich, 2 rockets out. He's already half a second ahead of the field here. They're just getting out of turn 2. James Watson and his fresh tires trying to work around Kynan Jones.
Ooh, who chose Watson? Oh, Watson overdrove the corner. Wreck it in the back. Caution's out.
Caution. Oh, is that Cooper?
Yes.
Oh, Cooper, Dallas, my hand goes around as well.
I think Dallas was just going to pit road to avoid the situation and spun out there. Oh, he did hit the wall though.
Yeah, it's just minor damage here in the short track. Let's take a look at what brought out our fourth caution here. Path number 1, 3 wide once again, and it didn't work as well. And oh no, not the way I thought it was gonna. Ooh, Dewar lost the front bumper. Miles
Cooper
gets
Johnson,
into
Dustin Dewar, Miles Morris all got the meatball flag.
oh wow.
And as I had thought, the 15 did go down pit road to avoid the situation, but he still spun out because of it. Oh, he did hit the wall.
He kind of Mark Martin the wall there, getting in the side of it. So 3 wide did not work as long as it did last time. Brings us back under the yellow conditions.
This should also put all the drivers on track back in the lead lap, because it was my hand and Morris who were a lap down at that point. But Morris did get him off in that crash, so he's in pit road. And I think Dallas should still get that free pass, I believe. Yeah, he looks like he did. He was involved, but that was him just getting out of the way. So he should be, yeah, he's getting that free pass. So everybody except now Johnson, who did go down pit road and has that, he has that black flag from too much damage, the meatball flag. He's going to be multiple laps down in pit road. But everybody else on track is on the lead lap.
And I believe Cooper Johnson and Dustin Dewar rejoining the field. So must not have been too bad.
Oh yeah.
For the meatball flag.
Yeah, they cleared it instantly. Looks like they attached the front panel back on again.
Yeah, so magically taping the duct tape. Maybe, well, these old cars maybe could still use the old rivets back as they did back around that time.
Some 200-mile-an-hour tape.
Yeah, no 200 mile. Yeah, I mean, hey, they're probably not going 200 miles an hour here at 5 Flags.
Extra
so
grip.
It'll definitely work. Extra grip. So 22 cars on the lead lap. The 2 cars on track that are a lap down are Cooper Johnson and Dustin Dewar back in 23rd and 24th. Miles Morris and Rashid Coles currently off the racetrack. So we'll get started once again now. Cameron Rich choosing the inside, and we're back to green flag racing. Another great jump by Cameron Rich. James
Also,
Watson will tuck in quickly behind.
That caution saved Watson. Last thing we were looking at, Watson overshot that corner. After he had cleared, 73 goes around.
73 goes around. I couldn't see who the other car was that got involved. I think another car spun.
Oh, that's my pick.
Oh, no. Dylan Thomas. He took a hard hit to the outside wall,
I think
too.
Darren Staff as well. Let's see who else.
Oh, boy. Braxton was making a move on the inside, and I think just contact between the 13 and 73, and the 13 I think blowed up, and I think it was Gable that got in the back of him. It's kind of a chain reaction that caused that wreck. Look at the sky cam here. And to note, Ina Jones did have a little bit older tires. Just couldn't maybe rotate through the corner as fast as Dylan Thomas was expecting. Led to that contact. And kind of where how many cars were behind this too. Very lucky that these 2 cars were the only 2 cars involved in this wreck. We'll see Darren Staff. Oh, he got turned afterwards.
Yeah, I think trying to avoid the incident, I think he came down on somebody or somebody went up into him. Either way, it's a racing incident that wasn't on purpose from anybody's side.
Yeah, just one of those things you're woeing up. Just
yeah.
And the spotters basically are off at this point as well. So sometimes it's kind of hard to judge. Just everyone just tiptoeing, and it gets crazy.
That's a meatball flag, obviously killing birds, not birds. He's killing flies out there.
So, that's one thing I'm surprised too that iRacing. Oh yeah, he had the smoke, but the one thing that I'm surprised iRacing hasn't fixed yet is when the caution comes out that your spotter is turned off. I understand you don't want it like under yellow, someone's beside you. It might be a little annoying, but I don't know. I feel like there should be like a 5-second delay after the caution comes out when these cars are trying to avoid the wrecks, and it could be bad. Which I think we were talking about last week or a couple weeks ago of having the human spotter. And that's another big benefit of it as well, especially for a track here like Five Flags, as the field now is going to get doubled up once again. 1 lap to go to green. I believe they're doubling up. Yeah, they're doubling up. This is Cameron Rich once again chooses the inside line. He'll have his chase off enemy right behind him, Braxton Deweese. He was looking to charge forward right before that caution came out, but we've seen James Watson on the outside do a very good job all night long, getting starting up on that top line and getting to the bottom. The green flag is back out. Cameron Rich with another good jump. James Watson's got a little bit better foe here to contend for that inside line. Oh, looked like Braxton overdrove the entry just a little bit. That will leave Watson to clear him. And they are bumper to bumper coming out of turn 4 here to finish complete lap 56. Man, Damien's making a charge on the outside. He's making some noise. Look at how close James Watson is, right to the back bumper of Cameron Rich. That Petty Blue is lit a fire under that boy. He wants that lead. And again, just note, 20 lap fresher tires for James Watson than Cameron Rich. We've seen Cameron Rich pull away before he came on pit road, but now he's got a little bit bigger of a risk to bear. Oh man, Cameron looks like he was sliding a little bit. James Watson gets in the back bumper. That opens the door. Now he washes up the track for Braxton Deweese looking on the inside. These are 2x2 from second to all the way back to 4th there. Trying to decide who's going to lead this race, and maybe that's where Watson wants to go, try to pass Cameron Rich on the outside with those fresher tires. So tires, I think, are going to be a bigger deal on a short track than what we've seen here in recent OSCA short track events. Man, he is making a power move. He's close to maybe even just getting his fender on the right rear of Cameron Rich. There he's looking out back of that 29 car once again. He's got a mirror full of that 8 car right behind him. Ooh, giving him the kiss. Move. This is like old school Bristol here right now. Using the chrome horn to do the corners, maybe the bump and run. We'll see that tonight. As Watson's there on the outside trying to power through, and he's gonna clear him, I think. Oh, he washed up just a little bit. They'll keep Cameron Rich hanging on here. Man, they're almost 3 wide again. Oh, Braxton almost coming down on Ryan Gable. Just a gaggle of cars for the lead. This is where disaster could potentially happen. These guys are doing a wonderful job of putting on one heck of a show here tonight at Five Flags for the 17Media 200. Look at that old Petty Blue car powered on the outside. Trying to hang on, just can't quite clear that 29 car. I think if he got clear of him, he started pulling away. Cameron Rich is making it tough to pass for these guys with fresher tires, is what he should be doing. Maybe not quite as easy as Cameron Rich thought, staying out on those older tires. Now James Watson, your new leader on lap 65 of 100. These laps are going to click off quick if we stay under green. And now Braxton Deweese on that outside line. He's going to try to either power by Cameron Rich. Looks like he's going to get side by side with him. He's going to try to move into that second spot. And it's a good move here by Cameron Rich. Basically park the bus on the bottom, make these guys try to pass you on the outside. They've certainly gotten more grip and maybe even make these tires plateau a little bit as far as the tire difference, speed difference between Cameron Rich and these guys on 20 lap fresher tires, which is basically everyone else in the field right now. Ryan Gable right there, nowhere to go, kind of right behind Cameron Rich. You have Braxton DeWeese, Damian Leininger on the outside line trying to work their way around that 29 car. Nothing doing as right
Caution,
now.
caution
Is out.
My hands.
Dallas Myhan having a rough night here. Oh, he's on pit road. So now it's going to be interesting. Cameron Rich able to hold on to that second spot. We're probably going to see a lot of cars come down pit road. These are second set of tires.
Oh, too much beans.
Too much. Oh, that's kind of been the out of 4 seems to be the troublesome corner here for too much beans.
Oh no!
He is parked.
Oh no!
Whoa.
Everybody
It's
but
always- it's
James
always-
Watson and Kynan Jones down pit road.
Wow, these pit strategies. So Watson's maybe thinking if we get it. Oh boy.
That was that's the wrong move.
I don't know.
Watson, I'm sorry, dude.
Is that one of those things where, you know, if he would have went, everyone would have stayed out? I don't know.
Hold the front door.
Oh, wow. We got... What? Do we have 2 tires?
That was weird. Ryan Gavel, Braxton DeWeese took like 2 tires, I'm assuming. Robert Hill had a 17-second pit stop.
I've seen...
Oh, no, sorry. Robert Hill stayed out. I think he was getting a lap back. No, so don't worry about Robert Hill. He'll probably have to drop back.
Okay.
Yeah, Neil Rutt, 8 seconds. Yeah, first person with 4 tires is Cameron Rich, then Damian Leininger, then Dave Carpenter. But Dave has 8 seconds on his pit stop time.
He might have taken 2 as well. I wonder if they... So, there's been enough of these guys taking two where they think this might work here.
The 92 didn't stay out or anything. He actually missed his pit stall the first time back.
Oh, okay.
You know, not usually running number 92 for Robert Hill, so might have gotten his pit box confused, or...
Well, he also has just a white pit sign, Carlos.
Oh, I'll talk to Darren about that.
Come on, Darren. He's too busy eating mac and cheese, wasn't he?
All right, now he's probably just upset since he got he pretty much cleared the wreck, but because he cleared the wreck, he came down on somebody else, avoiding it, and got himself turned into the outside wall. So he's probably like stress eating mac and cheese, like in a very upset tone.
You know, if you're gonna stress eat mac and cheese, it's the way to go. But if you're gonna stress eat, don't eat easy mac. You gotta make like the classic Kraft macaroni and cheese. You can't cut corners there. We're gonna get ready to go back to green flag racing here in lap 75. It'll be 25 laps to go. James Watson now, the guy in old tires. And Kynan Jones did pit under a previous caution, so not quite as old. And we're back racing here, 25 laps to go once they hit the line. And a good jump by James Watson to get ahead, but he's going to have Braxton DeWeese here with fresh tires. Kynan Jones hard into the outside wall.
That's a caution.
Caution is out. So staying out for Kynan Jones has not worked out for him. He's gotten run over, I think, about every time. He's crab walking now. I think that car is hurt.
Yeah, he just got the meatball flag. That's a delayed meatball.
He hit that outside wall a ton. He now damn near knocked it down.
Oh, that was interesting.
There was a driver. That was Gable sideways trying to stay off him there. Or is that just a chain reaction here, or a stack up it going into the corner? Is that Gable kind of backing off? Oh yeah.
Cameron Rich going for a hole, following the Michael Schumacher if gap car technique. Unfortunately, it didn't work out as the one kind of closed the gap there. One got loose entering the corner because of the contact and clipped the 73, who we all know was going to drop towards the back. But that's not the way he wanted to drop towards the back.
No, and I don't think Cameron knew that, besides Gavel, I'm sure he just thought Gavel was just going to wash up the track, but there's nowhere for Gavel to go. He had kind of Jones, and I'm sure Cameron, from how close he was to that one car, did not see the 73 there struggling with those older tires. But
as the owner of that
extends the
29, unfortunately, that one, I gotta put that blame on Cam there. I don't know if Vic agrees or if he's gonna put there as a racing incident, but that's, oof.
I'm leaning towards race incident, but
is
if
a
anyone's
racing
gonna
deal.
get the blame,
It's a racing deal.
Racing
Okay.
deal. I
All
think
right.
I think the 1 and 29 are both equally, responsible for that one. So it's a racing deal.
yeah, I think both of them, if they could go back and do it, they both would probably do things differently there. But I gotta wonder what if that 43 car would do anything different if he'd come down pit road. These laps do click off under caution. He's hoping he can get these good restarts and quick caution. Good restart, quick caution, and Watson will end up in victory lane in that beautiful petty blue Team Watson Ford. And how about Neil Rutt getting that win last week too at Daytona in half number 1, and again just really been flexing his muscles since the chase-offs began. Not in the chase-offs, but man, I almost gotta wonder where he would be in the points if he would have got in there. He's having a strong runs as of late. So we 20 laps to go once we get the green flag. We Watson, DeWeese, Neil Rutt, Damian Leininger, Cameron Rich, and Joe Francis. Green flag's back out. James Watson trying to get that good restart, but man, Braxton DeWeese, great jump to get to the inside in the corner. Damian rocketing on the outside in that 3rd position. So restart in 4th. Man, he is going. He's power moving. He's ripping it high, wide, and handsome. That's where Damian usually likes to knock the fence down at any track we go to. Didn't think it was going to be 5 flags. He's trying to pinch down that 8 car. And oh boy, both lines kind of getting held up by the 43 car on older tires. And here comes Damian powering on the outside, going for the lead. Oh, Braxton looked to the inside as well. Almost making contact. Oh boy, Damian.
Oh, the 8.
Oh, Braxton. Oh, he lost the. Oh, he's loose now, and the Cameron Rich is gonna get by him. Remember, some of these guys on 2 tires. Damian Leininger, Neil Rutt 1st and 2nd. Neil Rutt now takes the lead on the outside. A power move, the old short track modified driver, living large in the lead with 17 to go, 16 to go now as they cross the line. Is he going to burn up his stuff? He's going to try to get by him. He gets a great run going down the straightaway. Damian's able to hang on here.
Here's the thing, though. You would think that the 12 took 2 tires and the 66 who's driving past him took 4, but no. The 12 took 4 fresh tires, and Damian Leininger and Neil Rutt in the outside 66 there, he took 2. Oh, look who's 3rd.
Cameron Rich, where did he come from? This is going to be the battle royale here. 14 laps to go. And yeah, Neil Rutt on the outside trying to get his 2nd victory as in as many weeks over Damian Leininger, who's trying to put himself back in the championship battle. And oh, Neil Rutt, I think, faded a little bit on that corner. That's going to clear Damian. Now Cameron Rich is going to try to make quick work and see if he can get back to the lead. Now with only 13 laps to go, Neil Rutt's not going down without a fight. Man, Brian Gable's, he's been there the whole night. I've been saying Gable and Gable, I've been switching it off, but he's been close. He's been in this battle, almost just nowhere to go, whatever line he chooses. He's in that 4 spot. I'll be kind of.
Oh, contact!
Got the track position. Oh, contact between Rutt and Gable. The little bump and run there is now Rutt's on the outside. Kind of going backwards there. Might have burnt up those 2 tires a little bit. Man, on a short run, that really did work. He was powering on the outside. I couldn't believe I think he led a lap.
That contact must have killed Cameron Rich's tires. Oh, caution is out. This will change everything.
Oh boy.
Being told DJ Weeks.
DJ Weeks bringing out the 8th caution here of half number 1.
Oh, that's not even too much beans. That's clipping the apron.
Yep, clipping the apron. That thing will kick you sideways in a hurry. DJ Weeks will tell you that after this. That car bottoming out too, especially the way these cars are bottoming out, hitting the apron. Oopsie daisy. So now I think the only guy who has tires in the pits is the guy in 7th place, James Watson.
Oh, it's way too late to take tires now.
I mean, roll the dice, James. Take your tires. See what you can do. I mean, it probably is, but hey, you never know. Get a couple of restarts. Makes the moves that these guys can't. No. It appears that he is going to be staying out here in that 7th position.
I mean, you got to this way. You just got to hold on. He's going to lose 10 spots. It's going to be very hard to make up those 10 spots, and you're putting yourself in the in the wasp's nest by doing so with at the worst time too, with like less than 10 to go, where everybody and their mother is going to try to go for that additional spot that they can get.
Yeah, I think ideally he would have wanted that caution. I think at minimum 5 laps to go. About with 15 to go, or I think caution came out with, now we only have 7, but caution came out with 10 to go. If it was about 15 to go, we might have been talking. But one guy who really didn't want to see that caution is Damian Leinemann, who I think was kind of sailing with the lead there. Cameron wasn't really closing the gap, and I think you were just saying, Carlos, that the tires might have went away a little bit on
well, what happened there was that Cameron was in the back bumper of the 12 until I think there was contact between the 8 and the 1 in the middle of the corner that kind of shoved one of those vehicles into the back of the 29, and then Cameron Rich got loose exiting the corner, lit up those tires, and the car for the next 3 corners was incredibly loose and unstable exiting the corner. There was a gap because of the him having to save the car, but the gap continued to increase once Cameron Rich couldn't put the power down at the exit of the corner. It looked like he was able to cool his tires back down a little bit, but had there not been a caution, that would have been it for Cameron Rich's chances of winning. So it was Leininger's race to lose there. But caution's out. Let's see if who's done a great job of cooling the tires down and who hasn't, because you're going to give Cameron Rich the inside line. It's interesting. 12 is going to have the advantage of being able to restart as soon as the pace car comes off and at any point until the green flag comes out. But you're giving the inside to Cameron Rich. If you can time that, that may just have costed you a win.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. And hey, if we want to jinx the driver, Adam Peeler's in 10th. How about that?
How about that?
See what kind of restart Damien gets. Wow, a great restart. Also, that whole outside line, Cameron Rich kind of caught sleeping on the restart as Braxton DeWeese was able to get by. And now with 4 to go, Damian Leininger pulling away. Braxton DeWeese trying to chase in 2nd. Joe Francis, where did he come from? He's up in the 4th spot. 3 to go now. Man, he's leaving that door open. Braxton DeWeese is closing that gap ever so slightly. Coming to 2 laps to go. I think just getting through the corners a little bit better right now. Braxton DeWeese, he's going to get there, but can he get by him? That's always another thing here. Catching's one thing, passing is another. And coming down. 1 lap to go, and now, Braxton left the door open. Cameron Rich, is he going to have a look? Oh boy, Braxton's looking on the inside. 1 more lap to go. Who's going to win
contact.
the 17Media? Oh, contact! Cameron Rich is going to
burn the 12 just checked up!
Damien! Oh! What? Whoa! Cameron Rich is going to win this race.
Did the 12 smash the brakes out of frustration in the middle of the corner? Or did something break in the car?
I don't know if he was trying to hang on to it, but there's an argument ensuing now. But Cameron Rich is your half one winner. Joe Francis 2nd, Neil Rutt 3rd, James Watson 4th, Adam Peeler. How about this top 5?
Whoa, okay, something's up with Leininger's car. That does not look like him being mad and hitting the brakes in frustration. And unfortunately, I can't look at that anymore. It looked like the car just stopped, like it got out of gear, like from the onboard of the 8. We're gonna have to see what happened there, because I've seen drivers rage quit and like smash on the brakes when they know that they've lost. That did not look like that from from this limited information that I had. There wasn't even any contact. It's just all of a sudden the car just stopped accelerating and the 8 got into the back of it, and without acceleration from the 12, it just constantly stayed in the back bumper. That's why initially it looked like Leinemann was just smashing on the brakes, but I think something happened to the car. It maybe got knocked out of gear, or something in the hardware actually broke.
Yeah, that was interesting, and especially I think even Damien, there was some words exchanged, and one of the comments he's made, he's in the championship fight here. That, there's no reason for him to slam on the brakes like that. But I can understand where drivers might think that happened. But you know what? We tried to jinx the man, but you know who's going to be starting on the pole here for half number 2?
Who?
Adam Peeler.
Wow, my man.
Got 5th. And man, going through again the top 10 here in half number 1, Cameron Rich winning that race in a wild finish. Joe Francis 2nd, Neil Rutt 3rd, James Watson 4th, Adam Peeler 5th, Thomas Capiano 6th, Dave Carpenter 7th, Gilberto Javier Gomera 8th, Cooper Johnson 9th. What a rebound for him. And DJ Weeks rounded out your top 10. So wow, things escalated quickly there at the end of the night, and you see the rest of the running order. But man, who had Adam Peeler top 5 on their bingo card? Vic, did you?
No.
That's what I thought. But before we get ready here for half number 2, should we go with the picks?
I think you should try to get a camera to interview.
Oh, we can do that too. Yeah.
Let's bring them up.
Yeah, because there had to be a lot to unpack there in the last lap. We'll poach him from his team chat, and up here from Victory Lane, Cameron Rich. Wow, what did you see on that last lap?
I went high in turns 1 and 2 because I thought I knew Damien had older tires, and I thought he was going to get a little bit of a worse run off, and I was going to try to swing it around the outside because that was my last ditch effort, really, because I had the world's greatest restart there. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's number 2 of the lucky wins this year, so I'm not gonna. There's probably some saying for luck that I don't know, so I don't know. Somebody knows something.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just take it while you have it. That's for sure. But yeah, it looked like you were gonna settle in for maybe battle out for a second place. It was quite a wild ride, but we've seen here in half number 1 that tires are pretty important. You were kind of the one to kind of show that hand by pinning 20 laps in. Is there going to be more tire games going on here in half number 2?
I'd have to assume so. I was thinking I was going to do the Richmond strategy and just not pit again after the first time, but the tires are, after 10-15 laps, just kind of stops turning. So you really see if you have the new tires, you just hook the bottom like no tomorrow, and it's real cool. It makes me feel like I was a lot better driver than I actually am. But yeah, I think it'll be. I know it's going to be a little bit darker, but it's still 5 flags, so it's about the same thing.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, if you guys put on half as good a show as you did in half number 1, it should be pretty fun. But we've already seen you kind of battle back from multiple areas, and especially with the fresh tires back in the pack. But now you'll be starting the race back in 5th. Is it kind of a patience game, or do you just, while that car's hooked up, do you just try to work your way to the front?
Just gonna be patient. I know I'm racing here. I'm not gonna. I really tried last race to not put myself in situations. I kind of got myself in one there with that wreck in turn 1, but it's just kind of a bad situation. I don't need to go out there and be stupid or anything. We've got 3 more of these in the season, and I'll do what I can. And I'm I'm on hotspot tonight, so not gonna not gonna give my internet a chance to actually screw me over.
I don't want to jinx you, but I saw you blinking out there once or twice.
A micro blink, under caution. I think
that
you're
was
fine.
a micro blink. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as it's not like hard dropping out like my internet did before. It's pretty bad when you can't trust your wired internet connection up to where you got to use a freaking hotspot. I mean, whatever. Thanks, Cox. I love you. You want to sponsor me?
Oh man, but so do you have any word if you knew what was going on with Damien's car that led to the kind of the wild last lap fiasco there?
I don't know. I don't really want to speculate. He and Braxton know better. I kind of just went around the outside and I didn't expect anything out of it, and then I saw slow cars and then wrecked cars, and somehow I got a win out of it. So, hey, you take him when you can get him, right?
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Carlos has got to be happy.
I am analyzing the F out of this replay, but we gotta wrap up the interview, so we gotta do our picks. It kind of does look like he did smash on the brakes, but you know what? That's not for us to speculate anymore. We're gonna move on. I showed the replay there a couple times for people watching. Thank you, Cam. Good luck in half number 2. Tell the boys and the team, have fun and take it easy, because this one's gonna be possibly even more crazy.
Thanks, guys.
All right. So
shout out
Vic,
your wife too.
all right, shout out to your wife.
Oh no.
Yeah. Carlos, you get first pick.
Wow. Do I really get the first
You actually
pick?
do.
Oh my good Peeler.
You're gonna go.
No, excuse me,
Peeler.
not Peeler.
That's,
No, yes, Peeler. Yes, Peeler. Yes, Peeler.
Damn you.
that's bold. I wouldn't take that pick. And I'm
Damn,
not people that
Peeler.
are bad.
You can tell who doesn't like you here.
So, well, now speaking of people that don't like me, let's go Adam Tepe. For me, I'm gonna go Adam Tepe.
I love it.
Next up is you, Goody.
Oh well, I'm just looking to see who I can pick, and I'm gonna go. I had somebody. Dang it, I lost it. Hold on. It's not a poetic thing. Oh, I'm gonna go old Watson, James Watson. It's actually
Alrighty.
hopefully I didn't jinx him.
Now we're gonna gotta pull Peeler up. Poach him really quickly. He's not talking about anything too wildly inappropriate.
He got top 5,
Peeler,
man.
Peeler, yeah, I know he did.
I look where I'm at. Do you
Yeah,
know what?
I know. Okay. First off, you gotta make a pick.
Settle down. Keep calm.
Give me Neil Rutt.
You're gonna pick yourself?
No,
No, you
'cause
can't.
I thought I couldn't pick myself.
All right,
You
bye.
could.
I
I picked you.
And yeah, well, you didn't hear that. And you know, for Matt, Matt's picks are really hard because I don't want to give him anybody too good, but anybody too bad.
Give him the Weiss.
He can't. There is no more Deweys for him.
What about
Let's go. We're gonna take.
Capuano?
No, we're gonna take the 13.
That's not a bad
He's
pick.
gonna go. Yeah.
Oh, he had some speed before he got caught
I
up in
picked
that
him.
wreck, so-
Yeah, he did have
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah. So now we're gonna see what kind of speed our boy Adam Peeler has starting on the pole.
Oh wait,
James
did he have
Watson on the
Watson as
outside.
an option? Because Watson had significant speed as well.
But he was picked. I picked him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, I don't pay attention to you.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm hardly. I'm
I'm
not even
kidding.
in contention to worry about. Yeah. That's
Kitty,
my
you know,
feeling.
I'm just horrible at hearing and listening.
Going green.
So-
So.
Yeah, going green this time. I thought for a second Braxton DeWeese was not going to grid up out of frustration, but no, he is on track. Just a late grid. Hopefully he has a better second half, a better finishing result, because that's going to be a really tough break for that young man in this championship battle.
Yeah, we're going to be starting back in the 16th position where he finished in half number 1. Green flags out. Peeler takes the lead. And a decent jump by our boy, Adam Peeler, going down into turn 1. James Watson, as he did in half number 1, trying to power on the outside. Oh, Peeler gets loose. He's gonna
Peeler.
relinquish the lead.
Oh,
boy.
what?
Oh, Watson goes around. What did he go around by himself?
What is Peeler
Peeler
doing?
down pit road. Neil runs in the lead. What is happening? And a Christmas gift for the Griswold family Christmas. Neil Rutt's in the lead. Cameron Rich now in second from his 5th starting position. Thomas Capuano in 3rd.
I have some insider information on the 27. He got a jump start.
Oh, that's
He did this on purpose because he knew I picked him. He's trying to sabotage. Saboteur! That's what he is.
Saboteur. Oh my goodness, that was a wild, and I don't know what happened to Watson there, but I think all by himself, getting loose in the corner. He's dropped all the way back into the 8th position. But now Neil Rutt having a strong run. You know what? That was his pick. This is all Saboteur. This is full-on Saboteur by Peeler. Giving his pick the lead and sabotaging himself. Wow.
Oh, this man, he sped in pit road!
Oh my goodness, he is doing this on purpose. Oh boy.
I demand a repick. No, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Hey, he's gonna make it interesting.
He just doesn't want to send me another Mrs. Goody Goodies. Oh, excuse me, not Mrs. He doesn't want to send me another Sugar Moon's Creation package.
He's already sent it to Matt. That's why he's feeling bad.
I'm in shambles, as Brent Jones is saying.
That was wow. But as we are getting into the groove here on the racetrack, 7 laps in, Neil Rutt still holding on to over a half a second lead over Cameron Rich. And some of the guys moving up. DJ Weeks, he had a rough first half, but finished 10th. Looking pretty strong in that 6th position as he's battling now with James Watson. After he tried taking, he had the lead and lost it into the corner there. Kind of curious what happened there.
I think he just overdrove the corner. Oh, contact! 45 into the 12 around.
Damian Rough Nights gets worse here to kick off half number 2.
I demand you bring Peeler in. There. Once we're done looking at the replay. I am gonna have a word with him. I'm also being told Cameron Rich crashed, but that's possibly just him slowing down.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Good run through the middle of the corner for the 45. Unfortunately, too good for the 12 as he made some contact, and that's gonna be a little that's gonna be on the 45 there.
Yep. Around goes the 12. I think just a little kiss to the outside wall. Like no harm, no foul overall, except for track position. Some cars coming down pit road, like James Watson, Joe Francis, Alex Kenton down pit road. Are we bringing in Peeler to explain himself?
Yes.
No, it's too funny to not. It's too
funny to not.
I am. Look at this smug face.
Look at this.
Okay, we'll bring him in.
No! Don't bring him in. Don't bring him in.
He's
No, he's getting brought in. So I wanna start this one. I don't do this.
You said I was not allowed to come up during the race.
You are a saboteur.
Shush you. I want to thank you for being a saboteur.
I swear I was inside this stupid white box, but then it made it worse because I was frustrated and I forgot to take my tires off, so then it took tires, which didn't count as the drive-through, so then I had to come back to the drive-through again.
That's funny.
I swear I was in that stupid white box. I swear.
And then it's convenient your pick now is in the lead.
I'm giving you stink lines.
I was going to say something to Vic about clearing the black, but I was like, that'll look really sketchy, so I just took the penalty.
Dude, you should have. I would have.
So, I'm sorry. I'll be honest, then everybody knows how much I suck at this. I probably have 2, maybe 3 starting pole sparks with this new restart thing, so I just shit the bed. But I finished in the top 5 this season. I don't run very often, so I'll take it. Okay, yeah. I was running 9th, and they decided to wreck. So I
good
was
save.
Either way.
I caught that. Yeah. You almost dropped the F-bomb there.
See, I remembered. My brain went back to broadcast mode. See,
all right, get out of here.
All right, bye guys.
Get back in our lead lap.
That was pretty good. That's gonna be hard getting into the driver mode and the announcer mode.
There's very little that made me want to do that, but I wanted to publicly thank him for sabotaging you, Carlos.
He didn't need to sabotage Goody, but he sure as hell needed to sabotage me.
Yep. And especially with his pick now, we'll be restarting in the lead. Neil Rutt getting the lead. Green flag back out as we're coming to lap 15 once they cross the line. And wow, good jump or good start for Cameron Rich. He's going to tuck in right behind Neil Rutt. I think that was one of the better restarts on the outside that we've seen all night. Ooh, but I think he bottomed out. He couldn't really get to the bottom of the corner there.
Kenton crashed. No caution.
Kenton gets back going. Yeah, no caution. Kind of surprising there. Things kind of getting into the groove here. I think. Oh, are people saying Cam's blinking? We're looking good, at least on our end here.
He blinks every now. Oh no, he is blinking a little bit.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh. We jinxed it in the interview there.
We'll have to see, because we saw him blinking a little bit, but it wasn't too bad.
And there we're looking right now at his chase-off counterpart, rival right now. Braxton DeWeese battling with Dustin Dewar for that 8th position as he's worked up from his 16th starting spot. He's trying to power move on the outside of David Westergreen in those Pittsburgh Steeler colors for Thursday Night Football and Bite Size Sports. And Dustin Dewar goes around, and that brings out another caution. He was battling for that 8th position just a moment ago. And around he goes. Tight quarters racing here. Let's take a look at the replay.
We'll go to the bathroom once we are back from this replay, just a heads up.
I don't know what happened there, if you just got too much beans coming out of the corner. Yep. I just watched another look at it. It got a little too hot, so hopefully he showed Dewar showing some speed. Hopefully he can get back up there, battle in the top 10. His teammate Neil Rutt holding on to that lead over Cameron Rich. Thomas Capiano, one hell of a run there in 3rd position as well. Cooper Johnson 4th, Gilberto Javier Gomera 5th, DJ Week 6th, David Westergreen 7th, Braxton DeWeese 8th. Whoa. Dave Carpenter 9th, and Adam Tepe breaking into the top 10. Some more collusion. Peeler getting another lap back, fixing. He wants him to cooperate so he won't get his lap back, which now Adam Peeler, just in spite of those multiple penalties, only 1 lap down now. And hey, we can see maybe him getting his 2nd top 5 of the year if he gets back on the lead lap. First time I'm just looking through the top 20 here. OSCA Daddy finally breaking into the scoreboard, having a kind of a rough night, quiet night. Excuse me, he did finish 14th in half number 1, so it was a little bit better than I thought. We haven't mentioned him since the top of the broadcast. Damian Leininger back on track in the 16th position after getting spun under our first caution. So Neil Rutt, he's got the Christmas tree. Oh yeah, that was quick.
I washed my
Christmas
hands.
tree on the roof. Okay. Full leather.
Leather? What? Oh, leather. Oh, yeah.
Leather.
Like, what do you mean full leather?
Full leather. Wow, what do you do in the bathroom? That's crazy. But,
What do you do in the bathroom?
Well, we don't speak of those things. But Neil Rutt's got the old Christmas tree on the roof. Remember the beginning of Christmas Vacation. It's that time of year to watch those Christmas movies. Carlos, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Die Hard.
Ooh, good one.
Actually, no, I haven't seen Die Hard.
What?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I have to.
Well, my favorite one is We're Going Back Green.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The animated movie Claws, that was good. I really enjoyed that one.
Oh, I've never seen that. As our Christmas boy Neil Rutt III back up front. getting the restart here in lap number 25 of 100. Pulling ahead of Cameron Rich. We'll get back to that Christmas movie thing a little bit. Never seen that Claus movie though.
It's
Top
fairly
three
new.
remain the same. Is it a more recent movie?
Yeah, it's a couple years.
With a Christmas Story. I think I've heard of it. I know I've seen it out there.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, but we'll talk about it later. As an 21 drives it in there deep on the 91.
Wow. Capuano wanted to hold on to that third spot. Is going to have to relinquish it for now to Cooper Johnson. Nice save there for Thomas Capuano. Could have been calamity with those two cars battling side by side behind him of DJ Weeks and Gilmera. Braxton Weeks still trying to work his way back up towards the front as he moves into that seventh position, right behind the Grinch, DJ Weeks. He's going to look to the inside. Man, Braxton, it looks like he's pointing that car, wherever he's pointing that car in is going in, is sticking. He's moving up. Now he's in the top 5 as he works his way around DJ Weeks. Sparks are flying. You see looking ahead from Zach Evans riding on board.
Oh, no.
Be not fine. Oh, boy. No. Wester Green went around. I think Damian Leininger also got a little bit piece of that as well. It's Wester Green battling into the top 10. He's
that car's broken.
Night. Yeah, that is not looking good. And having a rough night like his Pittsburgh Steelers are as well. Down 21-10. Not his Pittsburgh Steelers, but the bite-sized sports guys picking the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight. Oh boy, that thing looks like a short track car that's had a rough night. Let's see what happened. Oh, just I think contact, side-by-side battle there. A couple of cars getting involved as well. Take a look and see who else was involved there. There's really nowhere to go for Zach Evans. Or anyone else behind him. Oh! Who hit the wall on the outside there? Was that Robert? Or was that wasn't Dylan Thomas, was it? No, that was Robert. That was Robert Hill. No, it was Dylan Thomas. And Robert Hill hit the wall too. But Dylan Thomas got some heavy damage in the front of his car as well. So some cars choosing to stay out. A lot of cars down pit road. I believe. What was it? Top 10, 9? Neil Rutt stayed out. Thomas Capuano for sure. James Watson, Miles Morris, Tim Conrad, Kynan Jones, Alex Kenton staying on pit road. Darren Staff coming down pit road this time by. Might have missed his pit box. I wonder if we see a couple cars taking the 2-tire strategies like Braxton Weiss. The field definitely jumbling up here as this latest caution comes into play, and Neil Rutt choosing to stay out. We've seen this all night. Pressure tires, I think, are going to prevail. See how this strategy pays off for some of these guys staying onto the racetrack. I'm surprised Kynan Jones, the rough night he's had, staying onto the racetrack. Trying it once again here, seeing if it will work. Get down to the one more. Oh, no, I thought they were doubling up. Never mind, they're not doubling up yet. They're probably gonna here. Carlos, is your timing and scoring go bye-bye?
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. It's a little bit delayed right now.
Okay. Okay. There it is, it's back. So Neil Rutt, ever since the initial start, the first lap mayhem, basically led every lap here, but staying out on 35 lap old tires here. We're gonna see a lot of comers and goers here once we get back going green, as I think the field now doubling up, getting ready to go back green as we come to lap number 36 of 100. And a wild night here at Five Flags. It's got a little bit of everything. And a good start for that 66. As he's going to try to pull away about as far as he can go. He's going to try to... He's going to want to lap the field. He's going to put his foot to the floor like he's going to want to. James Watson showing that speed, trying to get around Thomas Capuano. A little bit older tires. He might have came down pit road one of the previous cautions as well. I can't remember. So you see some damage in the back end of his car. I believe that was from that first lap when he did take the lead. See just how much he could roll that center on the bottom just a little bit better than some of the other guys that stayed out.
Oh, also, that's who's back in the lead lap.
Oh, Peeler back on the lead lap, currently scored in the 22nd position. So, ready to make some noise here in a little bit. Riding on board with Adam Peeler. Right behind the 71 of Dave Carpenter. Well, last time we did this is bad news here. A couple damaged cars here. You see Zach Evans riding.
Yeah, you got a point. I'm going to pull away.
As a new leader now, James Watson. Again, I believe pitted under a previous caution before this last one. I should say the not most recent caution, but takes the lead over Neil Rutt. How about OSCA Daddy there, sitting there in fourth? Being on the older tires, I'm surprised how long these guys can stay ahead of the guys with freshies. But there's a gaggle of cars.
Oh,
there
around the 12.
And caution. Oh, Damien. Man, the luck he's having tonight, you would think one of us picked him. It's a jinx kind of night for Damien. Let's take a look and see what happened. Battling with Alex Kenton.
Oh, that was net code.
Net code. That was terrible net code. That was even a bad angle to see net code. You can see the net code. Wow.
A couple drivers down pit road as well. I'm trying to pull up another angle to replay.
I think Neil Rutt, Thomas Capuano, Alex Kenton, Miles Moore is coming down pit road. I'm sure Damien is as well. Joe Francis.
There may have been contact, but netcode for sure. That that was netcode 100%.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was. It definitely what initiated that was the net code. Yeah. So Braxton DeWeese though, he's up to fourth. I think he's one of the guys who pitted under the last caution. I just found out something. Carlos, did you know there's a thing called a blink ticker?
Blink ticker? No. What is that?
Yeah. Ryan Gamble said he knew that Cameron Rich blinked 16 times.
Wow.
So he has a ticker to show how many times people blink. I learn
Usually
stuff every day.
I don't know. Usually, I don't know. In the middle of a race, I blink a couple times. You got to keep those eyes hydrated, otherwise, they're gonna dry out.
Ooh, yeah, it's true. I'm the type of guy who would never win a staring contest.
Yeah, me either.
Oh, speaking of weird caution talk, so you said Claus is your favorite Christmas movie. I'm gonna go with Christmas Story is number one. Christmas Vacation is definitely my number two. But I want to know Vic. I know he's Bah Humbug, he's Scrooge, but he's got to have.
Oh, dude, you're actually spot on to mine. I love the Christmas Carol, like not the super old one, but like the one with it was like made like in the 80s or something like that. It's really good.
Yeah. What about Scrooged with Bill Murray? That's a good one. Have you seen that one?
Nah,
but
classic, man. Classic.
What about the Muppet Christmas Carol?
Absolutely not.
Oh, sinner.
Like if I'm gonna watch anything that isn't that one, though, I'll watch like Polar Express. It's good.
That's a good one. That's a good movie. That is a good.
What about Home Alone?
Well, everyone loves Home Alone. That's top 5.
I'm always Home Alone.
Everyone. I'm always Home Alone. As we're back racing. Oh, Conrad spinning tires on the inside to the outside line, getting a great jump. That'll put Braxton DeWeese, Cameron Rich in second. Third is James Watson. Retakes the lead and pulls away from the field. And OSCA Daddy goes from second back to sixth with the spinning of the tires. And a good job by everyone else. That could always stack up on a restart like that and cause chaos, but we still roll green here on lap number 48 of 100, nearing halfway. Now we'll see the pit games, who made the right call, who did not, as James Watson, a little bit older tires than Braxton Weiss and Cameron Rich, trying to hold on to that lead, but those two boys are a-coming. And as I think Cameron said too, you get on those fresher tires.
Oh, Peeler!
Oh boy!
So not Peeler. That's not Peeler. Sorry.
Peeler. Oh, Thomas.
Oh, the 66.
Oh my goodness. Miles Moore's. Oh boy. Damien getting run over. Neil.
Let's see
Rutt,
what
I
happened.
think he killed. Yeah, let's take a look.
Oh, 66 make contact. Oh man.
Oh. Yeah, so a car that was. Oh boy. Is it wreck? Was that a different wreck that was kind of started ahead of these guys too?
Oh yeah, you can see smoke pull up ahead. The 13 went around.
Okay, yeah. So it's 13. So that's where it started. And this is kind of the reaction to it. Right here.
Oh, too much gravy.
Too much gravy. Overcorrects it right in front of the field. I think you see also Kynan Jones,
yep.
And I think Gilberto go around as well. So you see Kynan going backwards on the racetrack. Right on board with Miles Moore's. And owie. Owie. Old Rape Racy Bojo machine, driven by Miles Moore's tonight.
I don't think that was trying to hit the 12. I think that was him trying to like power drift
around
it.
like he did there. Yeah, and it just didn't work. I've been to that. You look like an a-hole, but
you look like you're just mad at somebody.
Yeah, I was like, it's not my intentions. I apologize. James Watson staying out on the racetrack with the lead. So we're about at the halfway point now. And Neil Rutt on pit road, 2 laps down. Gilberto a lap down as well. Damian Leinemann a lap down. I believe 20 cars about will be on the lead lap. Maybe 19. Depends where Gall, if he's going to beat the cars off pit road. Beat the field off pit road, and he will. So 20 cars on the lead lap. Man, that 8 car is hooking up at the right time. If he gets a good restart here, he could potentially get to the lead as James Watson choosing the outside lane here for the restart. Green flag back out. An outside lane does seem to get going better when the leader's on the outside for sure. As Cooper Johnson, Braxton Weiss battling for that second spot as Watson tries to pull away as much as he can, but I think Braxton Weiss just flexing that muscle as he has all night long. Really had a car that probably could have won half number 1. Of course, that contact with the 12 car of Damian Leinemann at the end of the race kind of prevented that from happening. How about Robert Hill back in the 6th spot? We haven't really mentioned him a whole heck of a lot. Making his return to the racetrack, and a couple other guys, Dustin Dewar, Darren Staff, had maybe rough halves in half number 1. In the top 10 here, just past halfway. Short
caution.
Caution's out.
Oh no, find my
Gilberto.
hand.
And Gilberto in second straight wreck here. I don't think it has any of his doing there.
Oh, too much beans again for the 15.
Too much beans. Oh, right in front of Zach Evans. What was it? Was that Gavel that got involved in as well? Ooh, excuse me. Kynan, oh boy. I think he
He
just
did
get
get-
flipped in that air. Yeah.
Yeah, he got on the apron to kind of help the car rotate, and that didn't actually really affect the spin. It's once he got back on the throttle, he was already back on the banking for a decent chunk, and just gave it too much there. Also, it looks like with this new update, it has made it where I'm assuming it's a glitch, but we as spectators can no longer see, but they have foxed us out of the dash.
Oh yeah, they did the old blurred out of the digital dash. Yeah, why does Fox blur out the digital dash? What was the story behind that?
It was because some teams didn't want the information coming out. I think that's what it was, and then that's why some teams had the blur, other teams didn't. And then I think at the end they just towards the latter half of the broadcasts they just started showing it.
Oh, I'll say there. I mean, I don't know what you can totally learn from that, but yeah, you know, that's probably why I don't work on a NASCAR pit crew. So now 40 to go. A lot of these guys used at least one set. We're getting time for these guys really. Any caution that comes out after this, it's gonna be really a head scratcher. When do you pull the trigger to put that second set on?
Now,
I would say now wouldn't be a terrible idea. I think a lot of these guys are probably hoping, 10, 15 lap run, about 25 to go. Take those tires, but I think no matter where you are in the racetrack, everybody should be coming in. But as we've seen Neil Rutt on that in half number one with the two tires, if there's a short enough run, if everyone comes down pit road, I think we're going to see a lot of cars trying to take two tires. Thank you everyone for tuning in to 3Y TV for the 17Media 200 here at Five Flags, the second of the last night before we crown a champion for the 2023 B season of the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series. It's now James Watson's choosing the inside line. We're back under green. Wow, great restart for the 43. He's going to put Braxton Weiss up top now. Cooper Johnson's going to be on the bottom battling for that second position, and Watson trying to drive away here. Just note right now about a half-second lead. See, even side by side, they're closing that gap a little bit, or at least not letting them pull away too far. Deweese trying to power move on the outside. There you see also Dewar and Robert Hill battling for the sixth position. Oh, contact! Oh boy! It looked like Robert Hill got loose on top. Dewar drifted up, led to a little contact. They're short track battling. A couple of northern boys, Canada and Wisconsin, battling out on the racetrack. There's a lot of A's exchange there. Hey, guy. What you doing? Racing hard? Oh yeah, me too. Miles Moore is you've seen him in that couple cautions ago, battling, trying to get into the top 10 in 11th spot right now. Torn up race car, doing a good job. Darren Staff moving towards the front. Him and Dustin Dewar, but linked up, but Dewar gets loose. See if old Mac and Cheese can power by on the outside. Mac and Cheese and high voltage Mountain Dew. Carlos, is there a better combination out there? Actually,
yeah, but I'm gonna keep that a secret for now.
Oh, okay, I like it. Zoo, now he's battling with Dewar, trying to get that run on the outside. We should see that car power through, getting that kind of evens up, entering the corner.
Oh
boy, the contact! Dewar goes around.
That'll be a caution.
That will be a caution. Oh, there's a big pile up behind him. Man, oh man, they were battling hard there for that sixth spot. Capuano almost went around there. I think he hung on to it.
Dewar got the meatball flag. Oh, I thought the 45 had spun him, but it looks like 32 was just getting too much beans.
Too much beans and he was in that battle. He wanted it.
Everyone pit road.
To clear him. Everyone down pit road. Is Miles Morris staying out on the racetrack?
Yeah, Tim Conrad.
Peeler in third. Kent.
He is sabotaging my race again because he's going to drop all the way to the back. Look at that.
Was that him getting his lap back, or is he actually in third?
Benson?
No, Peeler.
No, Peeler's been on the lead lap.
Wow.
He got it relatively early. He got back on there relatively early.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah, he did. Miles Morris choosing to come down pit road, so that will give OSCA Daddy the lead.
Joe Francis, 2 tires. St. James Watson, Braxton DeWeese, Cooper Johnson, Cameron Rich.
Did Joe Francis come down pit road?
Yes, he did.
He did. Well, Peeler's got to go to the back, I'm hearing, because of...
Why? Why does he have to go to the back?
Saboteur! He explained it. I missed what his explanation was, but I think he might have had to go down pit road or might have got like a penalty for going to the back. Yep. Judges don't like it. No, no, no. So
I am upsetty spaghetti right now.
You know, I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. He's gonna go all the way to the back.
He's gonna walk in between his haulers to get to his hauler. I'm gonna just Mac pants at him right there.
Yeah, I want to be the camera guy that somehow got like 9 feet tall.
The best shot.
I still want to know. I want to know how the heck they did that. That was nuts. So OSCA Daddy's got the lead. He's going to take the outside lane. Alex Kenton in second. Next row you have Watson and Francis. I think Francis and Watson, I should say. Francis is on the inside. This is the 25 laps to go. This is go time here. Can OSCA Daddy get his second career OSCA victory? A great start by the outside, and wow, Kent did not get a great start on the inside as Conrad takes the lead.
Around!
Watson, oh, they're wrecking! Oh, Kenton goes around.
No, caution's out.
Caution is out. And let's take a look and see what happened.
Contact or too much beans? There was contact for sure, but the too much beans happened first.
That's the debate. The chicken or the egg there.
Oh, I hate that that's a debate. Obviously, the egg came first.
Where did the egg come from?
It came from... The egg was a mutation. Enough of a mutation for it to qualify as a chicken. Obviously, it came from the chicken, whatever the chicken was before it was a chicken. Like you know how we're not... The humans before us were like whatever generation, whatever mutations happened to us. So obviously, there was enough of a mutation on the egg for it to be a modern day chicken. So that's why the egg came first.
I'll allow it. I like it. You know, the one thing too I want to say, I'm hearing that 25 is going to get the EOL for that wreck, but the way the 14 car kind of reacted with that contact, it looked very similar to what happened to the 12 car in half number one. Just kind of maybe got a little contact, upset the car, and just really bogged it down and led to even more contact and eventually him spinning out. So a little bit better result, I guess, than
For the last lap incident?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know about that one, son. That one kind of that one looked different.
I don't know. I don't know. But OSCA Daddy, one of the few non-chase-off guys in the top 10 right now, is Conrad Capuano and Robert Hill. The only non-chasers running in the top 10, with Tim Conrad in the lead in the Tabasco Fiasco. And
Tim Conrad's already won a race in that machine, hasn't he?
yeah, he's won it at the Charlotte Dirt Track. And again, the way Neil Rutt kind of explained this race with, or how the new update unfolds, is where that rubber's laid down. You kind of see the rubber getting darker in the racing groove, kind of like a dirt track, and it gets slick. Maybe plays into the hands of our dirt boy out here, Tim Conrad. 19 laps to go. Gonna be 18 once we go back green. So we can hang on for a little bit, but he's him and Watson having a conversation before they go to the green flag. We'll see how friendly that stays once we go back to green flag racing. Good jump start there for OSCA Daddy. Inside line gets a little bit better restart this time. Watson takes that second spot. Cooper Johnson trying to march his way forward, trying to flex that muscles that he had. Oh, 3 wide. DJ Weeks, Capuano, DeWeese. Oh, Capuano got sideways. He hangs on to it. And DeWeese wants to get up front. He wants to get there now. He's shown that speed all night long. And it was a rough ending for him in half number 1. Can he get back into victory lane here tonight? After, I think what he felt like should have been his in half number 1. As James Watson takes over the lead from Tim Conrad. Cooper Johnson's going to try to make quick work of it too, as he knows he has a fast number 8 car right behind him.
Someone's running around caution.
Oh, big
Gavel involved, 71.
Oh. Neil Rutt skates by on the outside. Take a look what caused that. Oh, Peeler. Oh, Peeler and Tepe. I don't know if Tepe thought he was cleared, and he kind of was there for a second. It's not quite enough. And Joe France, they're actually almost 3 wide in a very diagonal form. So I think Tepe was on the outside. Peeler was just right on the left corner, and then I think Joe was on the left corner of Peeler.
Where can you go?
Yep, nowhere for him to go. The whole track was based, but those cars going sideways. The whole track was blocked. So caution is out now. Now we're going to get under 10 laps to go. Some cars coming down pit road. A lot of them fixing damage. As Zach Evans, Dave Carpenter, and Joe Francis down on pit road. So James Watson, Cooper Johnson, Tim Conrad, Braxton DeWeese, and Thomas Capuano are your top 5. Cameron Rich, DJ Weeks, Robert Hill Jr., Darren Staff, and David Westergreen round out your top 10. The guy who's lingering right outside top 10, the 12 car of Damian Leininger, felt like he's been in about every wreck that's happened here tonight. Still has a shot at getting a top 10. Which would be not too bad. I'm sure he'd take it. Just kind of looking through the field, how many cars that were probably not involved in a wreck. I know Watson has damage to the back end, but wasn't really a wreck. Yeah, he kind of a little sideways, and he was still in the 6th spot. But cars that were involved in caution wrecks, and I'm thinking maybe the top 6. And I could definitely be mistaken on that. Ooh, Neil Rutt, I don't think. Did he beat? Neil Rudd, he did not stay on the lead lap. He has to go to the back. So it'll be 9 laps to go once we get back to green flag racing, trying to settle out half number 2. James Watson on the inside, Cooper Johnson on the outside. Tim Conrad, Braxton DeWeese, Thomas Capuano, Cameron Rich. Green flags back out. Great start for the 43 once again. Cooper Johnson's going to get down on the inside. And everyone's, I think, almost choosing their lane based on how they can kind of pin that 8 car back. I feel like he's one of the fastest cars here.
Oh!
Consistently. Oh, Capuano, man, Capuano's been flirting with disaster. Scadetti trying to hang on to the top 5. He's getting loose out of the corner.
Scadetti is definitely loose.
He is loose. So Capriano thought about it, thought better of it. Now he's going to power on the outside of Scadetti. And now Braxton DeWeese moving on to the inside of Cooper Johnson, trying to battle for that second spot. 7 laps to go. As we've seen at the end of half number 1, he's got to try to do it quick. See if he can catch that 43 car of James Watson. I feel like we've been here before with Braxton DeWeese. And he's going to do it. But can he catch that 43 car? As I said last half, catching him one thing, passing him another. Oh man, Damian is on the charge here. He's the other player involved in half number 1. Trying to get into the top 10, kind of Jones. One who has it. Oh, Capuano washes up the racetrack for the 3 wide team.
92, big red caution.
Oh! 97, 92's involved.
Oh, me fine.
And me fine just for good measure. Ay. 4 laps to go here too, boys.
It'll be a green, white, checkered. 2 attempts.
Green, white, checkered. Yeah. And Braxton DeWeese is going to need a great restart if he's going to try to get this victory over James Watson. This should be a fun one to watch. And who knows, Cameron Rich is in 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge check.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he washed up the track and there's nowhere for those guys to go and kind of just bottlenecked up real quick.
And off the bumper, off the 45, but the 45 really, he was just there. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah, that's his only crime is he was there. So can James Watson hang on for victory here? Will be Braxton DeWeese.
Taking a look at some of the trends of this race, okay? The inside line struggles, especially in half 2. The inside line has been struggling tremendously. The outside line has been pretty good. We saw it last half where Cameron Rich was leading on the inside line. He wasn't the leader; he was just leading the inside line. Fell asleep behind the wheel, and that's kind of been happening the majority of the time. It looks like the 43 is going to be electing to take the inside line here, so we might see that inside line get a good advantage, but expect the 8 and Cameron Rich to maybe clear the 91 heading into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, should be an interesting one. We'll take a look at the restart here in just a few moments.
They haven't chosen yet. Hold up.
Let's just say, is it now?
It looks like
he's choosing that side.
Yeah. It's still not one to go yet, though. Still not. I wonder if the 8 is just putting himself in the outside position at all times, just to maybe tell, like give the 43 the idea that, maybe take the inside line, kind of play some mind games with the 43 of just nudging him mentally to choose that inside line. But we're going to see what the 43 chooses to do. I think the 43's best shot is to take that outside line. It's not going to help with Cameron Rich behind him, but the 8 is fast enough where you either got to pick if you're going to choose the 8 or the 29. And it looks like he's just going to elect to choose the inside.
Yeah. Gonna be interesting move for Watson. See if it pays off for him. And yeah, either way, if that's what Braxton was doing, trying to force his hand or force Watson's hand, and it might have worked there, or maybe Watson knows something we don't. We're gonna see the green-white checkered attempt number 1 come into play. Green flag is out. There you see, yeah, not quite of a good of a restart as we've seen these drivers get on that bottom lane, and Braxton's there. He's hanging on. Can he stay side by side with him? Not quite going into turn 3. And he's powering on the outside, trying to get that run. One more lap to go. Braxton DeWeese, can he make a power move? They're wrecking in the back. Joe Francis involved. Braxton DeWeese is going to take a peek on the inside. Oh, there's contact.
Cooper Johnson.
Clear. Oh, how about that? Another wild ending involving the 8 car coming to the checkered flag, and your top 3. Who would have guessed Cooper Johnson, Thomas Capuano, and Darren Staff rounds out your top 3. Ryan Gavel 4th, Damian Leininger 5th. Nice rebound for him. Kynan Jones 6th, David Westergreen 7th, Adam Peeler 2nd, top 10 of the night.
All right, hey, you know, I'll take that. Not a Septour. I'll take it back now.
I'll take it back now.
Wow, what a unfortunate there. It looked like for a second Cameron Rich is maybe going to finish second by just going on the outside line, but unfortunately that's where all the other drivers ended up getting sent to, as Braxton DeWeese, unfortunate second entering the last lap in both halves, and is going to finish both of these halves well outside the top 10. And in this one, it looks like Braxton DeWeese just sent it in a little too hard on the inside, which you got to do what you got to do. No one's going to blame the guy. But unfortunately, that contact resulted in unstableness for both of the drivers, and they all kind of skedaddled themselves onto the outside line and crashed. And 91 finally blew the engine, but he doesn't need it anymore. He's got that victory.
He got the victory, and yeah, you know, the weird thing is you're talking about Braxton DeWeese, both in the the driver's chat is pretty animated, understandably so, but Braxton DeWeese, second place, going to the white flag, finishes 16th both halves. So kind of a weird turn of events for.
Oops, excuse me, I hit the wrong button.
All right, so we're I might have to mute the driver's chat here.
Yeah, you may have to.
Yeah, it's getting a little animated. I can't concentrate.
There's some net code, but there was going to be contact regardless.
Yeah.
Wow, 91 did get involved as well. Just a little tap.
A little tap. And yeah, Cameron Rich just nowhere to go for him.
I think Cameron Rich is the only happy part of that half is that he did get to finish above the drivers who got involved in that. But outside the top 10.
Of Braxton. Yep. All right, we're going to start our interview process here. We'll bring in Darren Staff for the second week in a row. We get to interview him after a solid finish here in half number 2. But, yeah, pretty wild ending once again to another half here at Five Flags. What did you see on the last lap that got you into third place?
Well, I'm still trying to fucking go through my head what went on. First I shit myself after Tim slid and we got contact. And I survived that, so I was like, all right, well, I'll just take where I'm at and I'm good. And then all that, I'll be honest, I think that was chicken shit from the 8. He costed himself points, but that's none of my business. That's all their deal, not mine. I got a third place at the end of the day, and so I mean I'll take it. I feel like I got through a lot of wrecks today, which second week in a row I did that too. I don't know how I got through some of those.
Hey, you know, sometimes it's sometimes you need Lady Luck on your side, and it definitely worked out tonight. And relatively speaking, with I think a lot of the cars that finished the race in the top 10, you were one of the ones that had one of the cleaner cars out there tonight. But as you were saying, we've seen you around these wrecks as well. I know you're battling. We were actually on board with you in that battle with Dustin Dewar. Right around sixth position. I think too much gas for him, but certainly could have been a situation where you could have got collected in that. But very good job of keeping your nose clean when it certainly looked like it was a hard time for some others.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple people that were a bit sketchy to race around. Dewar was certainly one of them, but you know what? I trusted racing him, and so I stuck with it. I was just trying to make the pass, but I do want to apologize to both Leidinger and I think it was Weeks. Whether it was on me or not, I did feel like I could have done a better job of avoiding those kind of incident points. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think we still did what we could here at the Demolition Speedway. Sorry, I meant Five Flags. And we'll move on to the final week, where I think we'll also be pretty good, because I've had a semi good record with Homestead.
Yeah, I think next week at Homestead should be a fun one to watch with the multi grooves and these cars should be a fun one. But before we get too much into next week, I got to ask you. We were talking about it while we were on board. Mac and cheese, high voltage Mountain Dew. Is there any better combination?
See, I've been kind of flip flopping on either voltage or Baja Blast. A lot of people like Baja Blast, but I've certainly liked voltage a lot more, and I've drank a lot more voltage. But maybe next week I should make some mac and cheese for the final.
I think you should. A little Christmas mac and cheese.
We have a little side sponsorship of a Kraft on the side of the car, maybe Velveeta. Ooh. I don't know what you prefer.
I could do that. I could absolutely do that.
I'm like, you okay. Make it look like a Ricky Stenhouse car with just color combinations that shouldn't go together.
I will say though, I have another question for the broadcast then.
Oh.
Kraft or Velveeta?
A lot of times it depends on the mood. I mean, listen, like just the run-of-the-mill day is Kraft, but if you want to be fancy, you got to go Velveeta.
Velveeta doesn't have hot Cheetos mac and cheese.
He's got a point.
This is true. A lot of companies have fallen into the flamin' hot kind of combo, and Velveeta has not.
I'm surprised.
I gotta be honest though, I have Kraft a lot more, but I would have to say Velveeta.
Alright, that's fair. That's fair.
It hits a little bit better.
Yeah, it's for those pinky up situations, when you want to have a pinky up mac and cheese kind of night. A little fancy. Yeah. So, man, I didn't totally mute. I just turned the voices down, but there's some animated voices still going on pit road there. But again, second week in a row, we got to have you in an interview. What's it gonna take for you next week to get a third straight interview up here?
Well, clearly, 2 weeks in a row have a similar combo. I avoided wrecks that I probably shouldn't have. But just staying in it, because we really didn't have the first half that we wanted. But but the great thing about OSCA is that you have a second half. So I always look forward to the second half, because I know what I did wrong in the first, and we prevail back. And you know what? I'm up here in the interview again after DNFing in the last half. So I'll definitely take that in next week and try hard for the season finale.
Yeah, hopefully keep that momentum going and carry it all the way over to 2024. But before we let you go, any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, my teammates, Dallas, Rich, and especially Robert. me and him were like the wreck avoidance duo tonight because both of us avoided wrecks that we probably shouldn't have. But obviously I like Mountain Dew on the car, and and you know what? Maybe I'll put on Velveeta next week. I think that'd be a fun little color combo. Except, unlike Ricky Stenhouse, I'll make sure it actually looks good in the car.
Heck yeah.
Instead of just plastering it on there just everywhere. Just Velveeta, and then all of a sudden just Kroger at the very bottom of the car. Like, what?
Yeah, there's some weird combinations that those Kroger cars come out with. So hopefully, yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing what you have next week. But again, congratulations on the 3rd place run, and go get them next week in Homestead.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah. Also, I will say though, thank you guys for the broadcast, because I didn't say it last week, and I felt kind of bad.
Come on, damn you.
But I will say thank you guys for broadcasting. It's always fun heading up here.
Well, you're welcome. Always love bringing the show to you, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you next week.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you. Darren Staff coming home in 3rd place in half number 2, a wild finish. Next, we get to talk to Thomas Capuano, who had a probably bird's eye view of what happened on the last lap. And Thomas, you were in the thick of it, top 10, top 5 a lot of the night here tonight. End up with a 2nd place finish. First off, explain what you saw there on the last lap.
Listen, I've seen some moves where the guy in 2nd just wanted it more than the guy in 1st. Example is the Turkey Derby wall modified race in 2022. But that was just a chicken poop move. A chicken poop move. And James Watson wanted it bad, and he had reason to want it bad, and he earned that win. His car was beat up, and he was driving the wheels off of it, and I was very impressed. And you have a classic, Daddy's Pockets Racer money move where they just move the guy on the last lap out of the way, and that's not cool. That's not respectable. Even if you did win that way, that's not the way you want to win. I wouldn't race that way. I had a bunch of opportunities tonight where I could have raced like that because I had a fast car. I don't know what I did, but somehow I just figured it out. And there was a couple times where I was stuck behind Darren in the 45 and Dave in the 71, but I don't race like that. I don't race drivers dirty because I want to be raced. I want them to race me how I race them. So I like to lead by example, and it cost me a couple spots in the first race, a couple spots in the restarts. It's frustrating as all hell, but that's just not how I race,
Yeah, we can talk about how you did race tonight, and like you said, you had a fast hot rod. You were hooked up here at Five Flags Speedway. I don't know if it's your short track modified routes. We've seen the other modified man, old Neil Rutt, burning up pretty quick too out there before he got involved in a couple wrecks. Hey, he ended up in the top 10 too, surprisingly. But
he ended up in the top 10 tonight.
Yeah, he ended up.
Wow.
10th. Yeah, with his jalopy of a race car. But I believe you finished was it 6th and 2nd here tonight?
In the first half and 2nd in the 2nd.
Wow. So what contributed? It looked like you felt comfortable out there tonight.
Well, obviously we had the Snowball Derby last week, biggest short track race in the country, and I was fortunate enough to watch the broadcast, and Bruce with Ultimate Lap Photo does some incredible onboard camera work, and I noticed a little something with the Racing America broadcast and through Bruce's in-car videos. There's a lot of guys when they go into turn 3. We'll kind of pick the nose a little into turn 3 and then cut it sharp down into turn 4. And I found that I was able to get a pretty decent run. Obviously, you got to put your foot to the floor, so a couple times Bruce would reach in and punch me in the face. It's an inside joke, but I would get a little loose there, and it would ruin your run. But if you could get it right, you could get to the inside of somebody off of turn 4. So a little bit of the outside knowledge of that was kind of what contributed to the speed that I found. But also, more than anything, after the first race, I don't have any teammates with Rack Racing. I race by myself, and I'm like a sponge. I don't race on iRacing a lot. I race league races is pretty much it. And I need to ask questions. I need feedback. So after Neil won the first race, I texted him and he gave me a couple pointers, and it helped me out. You know, he was telling me to keep doing things to the car and ride better, and that helped me quite a bit. You know, moving the brake even more back and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just keeping the nose clean, being aware, and most importantly, you know, if you get in here for practice, I spend the whole practice spinning out and hitting walls. I messed around with the offsets and, you know, put myself in scenarios like try to get the car loose, and that's all because in these races you never know what's gonna happen. You never know if somebody's gonna shoot loose on you right in front of you, and you're gonna have to saw on the wheel, cut a tree down to get past the wreck. So I try those scenarios and just make sure that I'm comfortable with the car in any scenario. And I tell that to anybody who says they struggle on iRacing, is go ahead and mess with your settings and try to find out where you can get the wheel to the point where everything is just natural, and you don't have to think about your moves. You just focus on what you're doing with your feet, and it helps me tremendously because I'm not Cooper Johnson. Cooper Johnson is an absolute wheelman, but you know, when you're able to just sit there and lock in and focus in and race, you know, kind of without having to worry about what's going on with your rig and just lock in, it helps tremendously. So that's really what helped me tonight. And you know, like I said, keeping the nose clean is everything. It's absolutely everything. You know, not running into people. I got into it with I don't remember who it was, but I was to the inside of somebody, and they cleared me low, but I stomped on a brake because I would rather keep the nose clean and not be forced a penalty than, you know, get some damage on the nose and develop a little bit of a push. If you just keep your car clean and you know, be ready at the end, it's gonna do what you want it to do. You know, I did make a mistake at the end there and caused that last caution, so I want to apologize to anybody that did get wrecked out of that last caution there, because every once in a while, you know, I need to change my pedal box and get my brake pedal better, but every once in a while it doesn't do what it should. It, like, out of nowhere, it does something different than it did the last 3 laps, and the rear end shot around. And I tried to gather it back up, but I was collecting a few people, and I feel bad for that. But it was an awesome race. The setup was incredible. The car was so good to drive. You had to drive it, obviously. It didn't drive itself. But once you got it right, it was absolutely a blast to get up on the wheel. So shout out to Vic, or whoever Vic had do the setup. Whoever made the setup, shout out to them.
That was me.
Then shout out to you, buddy. Shout out to you guys for the broadcast. I really made myself look like a fool last week, trying to get in the line at the super speedway and then causing a wreck. So I tried to just put that one behind me. Hopefully Goody, hopefully you finally see that I got some cojones and I put them on the dash and race. I know that was our thing last year, but yeah, I'm trying to make everybody proud. I'm trying to make Vic proud because I'm racing for Rack. So yeah, I'm just ecstatic to have another podium run here.
Yeah, and yeah, one hell of a run indeed. And yeah, it looked like everything was natural for you out there on the racetrack tonight. But next week, before we let you go, we're going to Homestead. What's it going to take for you to be back here with another podium finish?
Well, I've made it pretty clear that I love Homestead. I had my only ever shot at a win in the trucks at Homestead a long time ago. And then my teammate blocked my run on the outside, but we won't talk about that. But I love Homestead, and I really hope that they helped the outside groove even more with the new update. So because everybody knows I like to run the top. Yeah, so I would love to win at Homestead. I think it would be incredible to finally get an OSCA win. I've been racing with OSCA for a long time. I won Street Stock Championships and Monster Truck Championships. But yeah, I would love to continue the momentum and hopefully come back next year with the next season with back to the Xfinity car with some good teammates that can help me learn some more and get better adapted every race so that I don't struggle in qualifying and I can start further up front and I can build some confidence because even though I was locked in tonight, sometimes I still struggle with the confidence. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to the future with OSCA.
Yeah, if anyone's looking for a teammate, Thomas Capuano, he is a man on the rise right now. I think that swagger's got to definitely be going here in full swing. But thanks, Tom, for joining us for another interview. Hope we'll talk to you next week after Homestead.
I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
Should I keep running the Donnie Schatz car?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, yeah, it's working for you.
I know. I remember at the dirt race broadcast, you guys were like, "That's the most colorful car you ever run," and I've been running it ever since. But I'm itching for change, you know.
One more week. You got to run it one more week.
All right, you guys got it.
All right. That's Thomas Capuano.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, Thomas Capuano, coming home in second place tonight, and certainly on a good stretch here. But next up, we'll bring up Cooper Johnson. And Coop, it was a kind of a wild night there for you. You were fastest in practice. It looked like you were pretty confident in the car here tonight. I think you had a little bit of rough go in the first half. Still came home with a ninth place run, but in half number 2, it maybe not the way you expected it. You're sitting here in victory lane.
I gotta be honest, I don't know what to say. Yeah, like you said, the first half. I'll say, just for full disclosure, the only reason I had the fastest lap in practice was because I rode the wall. But anyways, so sorry.
Oh, you fooled
me.
me.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
I hate to tell you this, you've been disqualified.
Yeah, sorry. No, but that first half, I felt like we had a good enough run just to stay in the top 5 and kind of just hope for solid finishes. I didn't think I had a race-winning car. Braxton and Cameron were both much faster than I was, and they were able to just blow the doors off of me once they got to me on even tires. But that was a lot of fun, man. I cannot believe that we ended up winning that second half. We kind of just slowly pieced our way through, and the new damage model is both good and bad at the same time, because if you break that wheel, you're sitting on pit road with required repairs, and it kind of screws you up. And that's what kind of happened to us in the first half. I broke a wheel, and we had to just nurse it home until we got a top 10 there. But yeah, the second half, the last 5 minutes have been like the greatest night of my life. Like I have no idea what even happened. There was so much that happened in the last 5 minutes, and stuff that obviously the broadcast didn't hear happened.
I heard more than I wanted to.
Yeah, thankfully we wouldn't be on the air anymore if we heard what happened. But
yeah.
I'm very happy with how we finished tonight. The fact that we won at a short track is something to be happy about too, considering the fact I'm usually not very good at short tracks, but I've been kind of grinding away a little bit and getting better. And yeah, I mean, I can't deny that race got handed to me. I feel so bad for James Watson. I really do. He was doing so well there, and he had that thing won, and it's I feel bad for him, but you know, we got the win, and we're happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's kind of the way sometimes short tracks kind of go, and you know, I think early on, kind of watching some onboard cameras and stuff, it almost felt like old school Bristol out there tonight. With you almost had to get on the guy's bumper sometimes, especially on everyone's on new tires. You're all ripping the bottom, and it kind of seemed like it kind of brought that old school kind of short track racing action out here tonight. Is that kind of the feeling you got?
A little bit, yeah. It felt like guys were maybe not really bumping each other a lot, but they were more willing to kind of, you know, not give each other a lot of space, kind of, you know, get pretty close to guys and make guys pretty uncomfortable. And being there in the middle of the pack, it was tough to make passes. That's the one thing I will say, is it was tough. The only time I was able to really make passes was on restarts. You get the top side, and the top side would get going, and the bottom line would just kind of get jumbled up a little bit on a restart. You're able to get like a spot. That was the only time I was really ever make passes. But besides that, you're just kind of trying to maintain and kind of put pressure on the guy in front of you as much as you can, and hope that he makes a mistake and then take advantage of it. Or, you know, like some guys stayed out and they had a tire disadvantage, you're able to make passes there. But yeah, it was a really good race. Pretty much from start to finish. I think both halves were a lot of fun, and like I said, although it was tough to pass, it was still a lot of fun to be out there.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a lot of fun, and one thing that was kind of nice, I think we even seen you go around. I can't remember if that was half one or two, but it seemed like guys were still able to kind of rebound if they did get involved in an accident. I'm looking at Damien too, that finished fifth. It seemed like he had everything but the hot dog stand in the outfield, or in the infield, I should say, but ends up getting a top five. So certainly with the, you know, I think kind of a mixture between the racing action on the track and the cautions. I think it was a pretty good balance from, you know, what we can normally see on short tracks and iRacing.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Damien made up his spots. I didn't go back and see how it happened, but the two wrecks that happened at the end of each half were a big saver for guys that weren't involved. Like for me, that was the only way I got up to a top 10 in the first half, was just a bunch of guys died in turn 3 on the last lap, and I was able to snatch up a bunch of spots. And so I think the same thing kind of happened to Damien, I'm assuming, and a lot of other guys. But yeah, I mean, even with all the calamity that happened, it was kind of just about keeping your car clean, you know, knowing when to go for something, knowing when not to go for something, and just being patient and not driving through guys in front of you and wrecking them even though you can't make the pass.
Yeah, certainly.
Braxton.
Someone maybe making friends out there tonight, but and I don't know if that'll come into play. But next week we go to Homestead for the season finale. What are kind of your feelings going into next week?
You know, obviously, I don't know how the points are going to shake out. I'm assuming I'm going to make up some spots here. I think I beat Damien and Braxton in both halves, but Cameron still had a pretty good night, even with that 11th place finish in the second half. He's going to be the guy. Obviously, it's going to be all on him to make mistakes next week in order for any of us to have a shot at catching him. And even if he doesn't make any mistakes, that's Cameron. He's been solid all year, and he would be a deserving champion for sure. So I'm hoping that it's cleaner next week. You got how many lanes at Homestead, so you got all the room in the world to get away from guys and make passes, and it should be a lot of fun. It'll be about, you know, saving tires for the long run, because I'm assuming there'll be long green flag laps, and maybe not wreck yourself on the last lap in the second half like I did at Auto Club. Maybe let's not do that this time, Cooper. Let's not do that. But yeah, I'm excited for next week. Hopefully we can run pretty well. Like I said, if there's any chance I'm going to catch Cameron, it's going to be on him to make mistakes, or somebody else to help him make a mistake. You know, you never know what'll happen.
Yeah, at least get yourself in the mix there. It should be a fun one to watch. But before we let you go, celebrate the victory, any shout-outs you want to give?
Of course, shout out you guys for putting on the broadcast every week. Carlos, Goody, I know Matthew's not here right now, and Peeler. You guys do a great job every week. Vic, shout out to you for putting on the league and having to deal with some crazy characters every week. I know it's probably tough. Shout out to Johnny Eckert and Outlaw Racing for sponsoring me this year, having me support Alzheimer awareness and breast cancer awareness. Shout out to all the Shouts South Shore Racing, David, Adam, Damien for having me around for the last couple of years. It's crazy that I have now 2 wins this season. That's pretty crazy. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, again, congratulations on the victory here tonight, and best luck to you next week at Homestead.
Appreciate it, Goody.
Yeah, you bet. Cooper Johnson coming home with the win here in half number 2 of the 17Media 200. Like to thank you all for tuning in to tonight's action here on 3 Wide Boot TV. Be sure to tune in next week, same time, same place, for the season finale of the 2023 OSCA B season. Did I say that? I don't know. Either way. But for
2023
Vic,
B OSCA Weekend
B.
Woodsman Series.
there. Thank you. It's been a long night, but thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Vic, and myself for sending off. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. But be sure to come back here next week. Anyway, until then, I'm gonna hit the head. You guys should too. Until next time. Good night now.